Yo guys, what is going on, and welcome to episode 2 of our little podcast here. Today I am joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Astro. Astro, bro, how are you doing?
I am good. How's everybody doing? We're glad to be back 6 months later. Better later than never, right?
Exactly. And well, today guys, we are gonna discuss a very, how do I say this, interesting topic. Today, me and Astro are gonna create a fan kit Lord Vader on how we would like to see him, or how he should have been, at least in our opinion. But as you can see right here, guys, this is my Lord Vader on my second account. As you can see, I do rock the Sweden health mod set on him on this account. Don't crush me in the comments, guys, it's just how it is sometimes. I still haven't unlocked them all on this account, so don't worry, I will change it to the critical damage and health mod setup. But basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk a lot about Lord Vader today, and we're just gonna change his kit, right? The whole entire kit.
Yeah, I mean, let's see how much we change, because there are a lot of things to be changed. But yeah, let's have fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. So what we've done, guys, is we've actually put out Lord Vader's whole kit in Discord chat. So we're just gonna hop on over straight to that, and then we're gonna go through the changes, and we're also gonna look at how his kit is designed already. But we're gonna show you guys what changes we would like to make. So we're just gonna hop on over to Discord, and we will be back in a second. Okay, guys, so we are back. So as you can see right here, Astro has been fantastic. He has written down the whole kit of Lord Vader. Anything you want to say before we start, Astro?
Just small correction. I copy pasted it from SWGoH.gg. I don't have the patience to write this down, because you can see that the whole kit is like a whole essay that I would write in like high school or something.
So I gave you credit that you don't deserve.
I'll still take the credit. You don't have to worry about that.
Okay, guys, so we're just gonna jump straight into it. So as we can see, Lord Vader, Galactic Legend, Dark Side Attacker, Leader, Empire, and Sith. That's not another faction you should have, right? I think that's fair enough.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I know people were speculating that he would be a Separatist Galactic Legend, but I think Empire works fine.
Yeah, I mean, Separatist is maybe a little far-fetched.
Yeah.
At the end of Revenge of the Sith, he is basically in the new Empire, so Separatist,
yeah,
now.
exactly.
I think the faction is good. If we move on to the basic, Vindictive Storm, deal physical damage to target enemy, and if Lord Vader has 30 or more stacks of underestimated, he deals damage again. Each time this ability deals damage in the same attack, it deals 25% more damage, max 50%. So in my opinion, there's not a lot that I would change with this basic. It's more about the underestimated that you and I spoke a little bit before we decided to make this video. But we're gonna get into that a little bit later when we gonna read exactly what underestimated do. But yeah, in my opinion, not a whole lot I would like to change here. Maybe I changed the max from 50% to maybe like 75. In my opinion, just to make him a little bit more not durable, but make him hit even harder than he does already.
Yeah, that is a thing in LV's kit in general, that there are a lot of caps. For example, in here, it's like, the max is 50%, but if you go on the thresholds and everything, there's also a cap that, okay, there is a stacking effect, but it stops stacking after a while, so what's the point of stacking it in the first place? So yeah, I agree that the damage needs to be changed. Maybe, I don't know. But here in the sentence it says each time this ability deals damage in the same attack, and the maximum it can do is 3 times. So 50% makes sense here. But maybe we can change this to each time this ability deals damage, it increases the damage by, say, I don't know, maybe 25% is too much. So say 5% each time, and it does not have a limit. So every time you do the basic, it keeps stacking infinitely. Exactly. But the stacking is a little slower to balance it out.
Yeah, that would make sense. Then eventually, when he hits his second or third ultimate, the damage should be really, really high on his basic. So yeah, as we said, not a whole lot we maybe would change on this part right here. Maybe just as what you just said. And then we have the Ashes of the Republic to deal the damage again. And let's just move on to the Dark Harbinger. This is a special one. The first special. You inflict buff immunity, healing immunity for 2 turns and deal physical damage to the target enemy. This ability deals 20% more physical damage on a subsequent uses, stacking max 5 stacks. Lord Vader gains 1% ultimate charge, and Empire and Darkside Unaligned Force users, allies recover 0.5% health for each stack of Underestimated. So here is where we would like, or at least I would like to start doing the changes, but I would like to hear your perspective on this, this first special.
Okay, I will say the inflict buff immunity and healing immunity, first of all, that needs to be locked, and second, after this is applied, there needs to be a buff dispel. Yeah. Because so many times when you're fighting, say, Jabba or a JaqenHgar, there's damage immunity, and okay, yeah, I apply buff immunity, but like if there's no buff dispel, it's not gonna stop Chrysanthemum or GK from like permanently taunting, and because there's no taunting lore on this kit, you need a buff dispel to get around it. That would be my change.
Yeah. I kind of want to have it like, JaqenHgar has his first special with it, where the healing immunity unlocks, as you said. I would like to have that like unlocked. Otherwise, also, when it comes to the ultimate charge, but this is just in general, in my opinion, I would like to just remove Maul for the whole Lord Vader team and make sure that Lord Vader can gain ultimate charge on his own and not be dependent on another character, because Lord Vader, until he reaches the 60 stacks of Underestimated, he is really dependent on Maul for gaining that ultimate charge. And in my opinion, you could just remove Maul and probably change this from 1% to maybe 5 or 10, which would make the ultimate a lot quicker, and that's something I feel is really annoying, especially if you don't have Maul early on in the game, or when you unlock Lord Vader, you're really not gonna get the full picture of him. And there's not a lot of Galactic Legends that are like that. SWGoH gains ultimate charge from critical hits. So I mean, Lord Vader could have a similar, but yeah, that's one of the most biggest changes I would like to see to his kit. Just remove Maul and make sure that the Dark Harbinger gains more ultimate charge percent than it already does. But otherwise, I feel like it could be good. But we also discussed this, about the recover 0.5% health for each stack of Underestimated. Because when we come to the Underestimated a little bit later, we would like to make the cap higher. So maybe take this to 0.2% instead, as we spoke about.
I would even go ahead and say get rid of the health recovery tied to Underestimated and just recover 30% health for everybody. Doesn't matter how many stacks of Underestimated you have.
Well, it sounds like we're getting a better Lord Vader right now, isn't it?
I know, right? You take 4 Relegate investments and you still don't do anything for the first minute and a half of the fight if you don't have Maul. Come on. You need to be a little more stronger.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you, man. Moving on, we can see right here, also Ashes of the Republic. This attack deals also true damage. Moving on to Unshackled Emotions, the second special. Deal physical damage to all enemies and inflict dazed and 4 damage over times for 2 turns, which can't be resisted. For each stack of Underestimated, this ability deals 2.5% more damage, and all Darkside allies gain 1% mastery stacking until the end of the encounter. So for this one, it's not too much that I would change. I think this is already quite well based already with the dazes and the damage over time. I mean, adding too much stuff to the kit right now would be making him too OP, so I think this ability right here might actually be okay.
Yeah, I love this ability the way it is. Like it's got everything. Like even with Ashes of the Republic, the ability block that cannot be dispelled, and the cooldown increase is quite nice. Although against Leia, it's not that nice, but
Yeah.
but still against everybody else, it's fine.
Yeah.
And the damage over times and the days, perfect. I would not change anything in this ability, to be honest.
No, I agree. This is probably the only thing that I agree on the whole Lord Vader kit. Otherwise, as we've already spoken about, there's a lot of changes that could have been done. And well, I don't think we have too much to say about this ability. Well based,
Yeah.
pretty good. We move on to the Ashes of the Republic. So inflict ability block for 1 turn, which can't be dispelled or resisted, and increase target's enemies cooldowns by 2. This is the ultimate, right? Inflict ability block. Or maybe it's not.
No, this is the Ashes of the Republic is like the buff he gets when he activates his ultimate. So his basic and the specials gain like additional effects.
No,
So
exactly. I was a little bit in the wrong there.
it's okay. We'll cut that part from the video.
We'll cut it out. And for the leadership, we have dark side allies have 20% speed, 20 plus speed, 20% mastery, 50% max health, double for Empire or dark side unaligned force users. And at the start of the battle, other Empire and dark side unaligned force users lose all protection and gain that much max health. If a dark side unaligned force user was present at the start of the battle, for the rest of the battle, all Empire or dark side unaligned force users take 30% reduced damage from enemy light side unaligned force user attacks. And if all allies at dark side at the start of the battle, Empire and dark side unaligned force users allies are immune to fear. Empire tanks gain taunt for 2 turns, and when an Empire loses taunt, they are inflicted with mark for 1 turn, which can't be dispelled, prevented, or resisted. And this is a long kit.
That was only the first half. Come on.
Whew, I need to breathe. Whenever a dark side ally loses a buff, Empire and dark side unaligned force users gain 1% mastery stacking until the end of the encounter. Whenever a debuff dark side ally takes damage, Lord Vader gains 2% ultimate charge, increased to 3% if that ally was an unaligned force user. Empire and dark side unaligned force users allies have 35% critical chance and critical damage when targeting a Galactic Republic enemy. Whenever an enemy critically hits an Empire or dark side unaligned force user ally, that enemy has minus 30% critical damage stacking for 3 turns. While Empire and dark side unaligned force users allies are at certain health thresholds, they gain different benefits. While above 35% health, during an enemy attack they are immune to max health reduction and other damage that is based on max health. While above 50%, they are immune to damage over time and thermal detonator effects. While below 80%, can't be critically hit. So, a very long leadership. So there's a whole lot to talk about right here. If you just begin with the first sentence right there, I think this is okay. I mean, I would like to have maybe some extra offense, like 50% extra offense for Empire characters, you know, or something like that, just to make sure that the team hits a little bit harder and gets out there, you know, a little bit faster. As we've spoken about already, you need Maul to make sure Lord Vader does something in the first 1.5 minutes. But I would just, as we spoke about, remove Maul and make sure Lord Vader gets out there and starts doing a little bit higher damages earlier on. And that would be a lot nicer in my opinion. So maybe have some 50% extra offense for Empire characters or something like that in this kit right here. And that's just speaking about if the kit remains as it is, you know, and not with the changes that we have made. But I think that's something I would have added right now. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. There's a line a few sentences down. Empire and Darkseid unaligned force users have plus 35% critical chance and critical damage when targeting a Galactic Republic enemy. I would just move that line to the first line and remove the Galactic Republic thing.
Yeah.
Just give everybody straight crit chance, crit damage.
Yes.
I think that would solve all the offense problem.
Yeah. That's actually a really good change, to be honest. I do not like that, as you say, just that it's for Galactic Republic. This is just targeting, you know, the JMKs out there, where if you're going up against JML that had Galactic Republic Jetters on him. But yeah, I would remove also the Galactic Republic thing and just have it against all enemies. I think that would be the best, really, in my opinion. As I said, it will solve a lot of problems, especially with the offense for Lord Vader. If we just take this whole thing right here, I think this is okay in my opinion. As I said earlier, if we change too much, the guy is gonna be too much OP. So in my opinion, this is quite stable. I think I like that they lose all protection and gain max health. I kind of like that, and I like the thing with the Dark Side Unaligned Force user, that they take reduced damage from Light Side Unaligned Force users. But then again, if we were to remove Maul, we could just remove that whole sentence, you know.
Yeah, maybe... but I think with Inquisitors, that damage reduction is quite nice.
Yeah.
So I would still keep it. I feel like Dark Side Ufu, because imagine LB with Reba. Like, come on, Cat's not gonna do much with that.
Yeah, that's true. That is also actually true. But the thing is, it's only, you know, talking about the Light Side Unaligned Force users. So, how many Light Side Unaligned Force users are there? There's obviously Commanders of Katano, and then we have, you know, CLS. But other than that, there are not that many. Yeah, you have Ray also. Yeah, that's true. But other than that, you don't have that many Light Side Unaligned Force users.
True. The Seer team is all Unaligned Force users, right? So, but like over there, it's Malkos who's doing the damage.
He is Dark Side Unaligned Force user, so this wouldn't mean anything if we were gonna up against the Malkos anyways.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. If moving on, whenever a Dark Side Unaligned loses a buff and all of this. So yeah, we spoke about this earlier. This ties into the whole thing about a Maul being in the lineup or not. I think whenever a debuffed ally takes damage, I think Lord Vader should be gaining at least 4% ultimate charge, or maybe 5, and then you can take away the unaligned force user thing. Just, you know, remove the unaligned force user and increase this to maybe, let's say if we take it away, maybe 7 or 8% whenever a dark side ally is with the debuffs on them is taking damage, and Lord Vader gains 8% ultimate charge. Then it would actually make sense to make Lord Vader a little bit slower, like they're intended him to be, because they are recommended the critical damage and health mod setup in him. That means if you have a slower Lord Vader and you have a slower team, and you take all the debuffs from the enemy team, and then you just charge up your ultimate so fast, that would make a lot more sense. But yeah, right now, as you know and everyone knows, the speed and health set on him is the most common thing, which means he's gonna take a lot of turns fast, and his team is very fast. I know Maul is a very fast character as well, especially teamed up with Lord Vader. So I mean, you do not get so much ultimate charge from the debuffs anyways, like how it is right now. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I completely understand. And yeah, honestly, changing that 2% to say 5% and we're getting rid of the online force user, I agree with that. That'll solve the ultimate problem, I think. Because in the above paragraph, there's this thing where if the taunt is dispelled, then the tank gains marked, which is a debuff. Yeah. So I really love the way the debuff works in LV's favor in that case.
Yeah.
So yeah, just change the alt gain to 5% and or I don't know, whatever percent, and get rid of the extra for Ufu.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Man, this one we spoke about already. I think we should just move this one up to the beginning here of the leadership, remove the Galactic Republic and just keep it for every enemy. So we can see here, while Empire and Dark Side Unaligned Force users are at certain health threshold, they gain different benefits. Again, Dark Side Unaligned Force users, I mean, you could keep it. I mean, the main focus is just removing Maul from the Lord Vader team, in my opinion. Now, obviously, he's not going to be removed because Lord Vader is already in the game and blah blah blah, all of that. But if I were to, I would probably remove this, because then again, we don't want to make Lord Vader too OP just because we like him. We want to make him in a certain way that, in my opinion, he should have been, in your opinion also, Astro. But yeah, we're just gonna keep it for this, and I think these effects right here are quite good. I don't think we need to change these too much. Or do you agree with me?
Yeah, I agree. The last couple lines are fine. The health threshold, perfect. I wouldn't make anything.
Yeah. Moving on to the final unique, Twisted Prophecy. So Lord Vader is immune to turn meter manipulation, and his attacks can't be evaded. At the start of the battle, he loses all protection and gains that much max health. Lord shot alone and full use to allies gains speed off and stealth for 2 turns. Again, I like this. He's immune to turn meter manipulation, and his attacks can't be evaded. I like that a lot. And at the start of the battle, he loses all protection and gains that max health. It's also good in my opinion. Maybe this just comes down to if we want to have them all together with Lord Vader or not. We can just keep it for now. Is there anything you would like to change? In my opinion, I think this is pretty well based.
Yeah, I agree. The immune to turn meter manipulation is quite nice, and it has to be that way. Otherwise, Palpatine lead with Lord Vader would be quite bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, it needs to be that the immune to turn meter manipulation. That attacks can be evaded. Very good, because JaqenHgar and Leia and even JML, they put a lot of foresight in everything, and it negates all of that.
Yeah.
Very good.
So at the start of each of Lord Vader's turns, enemies are inflicted with 2 damages over time effects for 2 turns, which can't be resisted. Enemies with damage over time's effect can't gain bonus turn meter. Again, like this line a lot, especially when you're using Darth Vader together with Lord Vader. If you can get a lot of those damages over times and debuffs on the team, you can just throw a Killing Blade with Darth Vader and basically one-shot a character. It's like an insta-kill, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, this line, like it a lot. Wouldn't change anything on it. I don't think you would either.
No, I think it's fine.
Yeah. So continue on. At the start of each other character's turn, Lord Vader gains 1 stack of underestimated max 60, double for Galactic Republic and Jedi enemies. So I think this is the main part,
here's
right?
The hot take.
Yeah, this is the topic, right?
Yeah.
So you and I have been speaking about this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
My first impression, or my first thought, that was just remove the cap, like take away the max 60, But then you came up with a good point. Then he would just absolutely one-shot everyone so quickly, because he would get those stacks up so fast. I think when you're going up against a JMK, you get the 60 stacks after like 1 minute.
Yeah, it's super quick. Yes.
The only problem I do have is when you do reach it, it's like now it's there,
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, you can do 2 ways of this. You can either increase the cap to maybe 100 or 120. This is just my opinion, guys. 100 to 120, just to make sure he does get a lot of good hits out there, or just give him 60 stacks right from the get-go of the battle. I think that will solve a lot of problems with Lord Vader building up his offense so slowly. You get what I'm saying, Astro?
Yeah, I completely understand, and I agree. The thing is, if you just give him 60, what's the point of having underestimated? Because there's a lot of things tied to how many stacks he has.
Yes.
So I think just increasing the cap to 100, good enough. Just today, I played my GC and I took LV, what was it, Royal Guard and Piet versus a Jabba team. I had a Datacron, like with the convert defense to offense one, and the Jabba did not have a Datacron. Yeah. And it took me the last 10 seconds. I was in the last 10 seconds of the battle to win the battle.
Yes.
And that was all because I didn't have Maul, and so
Yeah.
my underestimated stacks. First of all, they capped, and
Yeah.
second, they didn't build fast enough.
Exactly.
So if you just make it go to 100%, then his offense is going to ramp up
Yeah.
quickly, and we want that to happen because those last minute, last second battles are just too stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. He's a GL. He needs to. If I go against a Jabba team with LV, the
Yeah.
character he's meant to counter, it should be an easy win in my opinion. It
Yeah.
shouldn't be, I mean, it will be a win for sure.
Yeah.
But it's like the 5-minute timer is too short.
Yeah. Or maybe just increase the battle time for 5 to 7 minutes.
No, that's gonna break so many things. He's
no.
gonna introduce the longer animation times for characters because have you gone against Nisa and the Ewoks? Oh my god!
Yeah, no.
So annoying. No, 7 minutes is too long.
Yeah, I was just joking, but I think
Yeah.
we're on the same page regarding the underestimate. Probably just increase it to 100 or 80, 90. Just I think 60 is too low in my opinion. And also, when we're speaking about Lord Vader, he has the highest relics required on his requirements. Even though I think his requirements are really good. You get bad batch, you get all gas and all of that stuff. Even though the characters you get are good, the relics are too high for him to not be just the best Galactic Legend in the game. In my opinion, when you have that high of a relics requirement, the payout should be the same. Of like everything you invest into the character, you should be getting it back when you get the character. So, in my opinion, they screwed that up a little bit. I think if you would change this to probably 100, and not a lot of people would complain because then we'd be doing so much higher damage so much faster. What do you say, Nashro?
Yeah, I agree. Just changing that to 100, or maybe if that's not enough, just maybe if that's not enough, you can replace the double for Galactic Republic and Jedi enemies with double for light side enemies.
Yes.
Then that way against Jabba and Leia, he will also generate a lot of stacks for underestimated quick.
Yeah.
So that's just my opinion. Maybe that'll make him too broken, but I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. The thing is, there's a lot of stuff that we'd like to change, but we're also trying to keep it so we don't make him too OP. But the things we have said, I don't think we have made him too OP. I think we just changed a lot of things that people want to see be changed in his kit. Because the main reason I hear people don't like Lord Vader is because it takes so long time for him to get the job done. Like JMK, you can get a battle in, when you have JMK in offense, for example, you can win the battle after 1-2 minutes. But with Lord Vader, most of the times, if you do not have Maul, is probably 3-4 minutes minimum. Sometimes even the last 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So he does get the job done. The problem is it just takes him so long to get there. And I think with the changes that we have in mind, that will probably give his kit a real boost.
Yeah, I agree. One thing we haven't looked at for changes is the ultimate, because that is gonna make things too complicated.
Yeah,
so,
I agree. In my opinion, though, like the ultimate is well based already. I like the locked ability blocks and everything with the cooldowns and stuff like that, except for against Leia. So yeah, I do like his ultimate a lot. And as we can see here, also for the final one, underestimated all of his special abilities, Vindictive Storm, Dark Harbinger, and Unshackled Emotions gain additional effects. So, I mean, the things we've said, I think they make a whole lot of sense,
Yeah, I agree. Well, I agree. I don't know if the viewers are gonna agree.
Of course they're gonna agree, bro. So guys, we are just going to put in what we've edited in the kit, and then we'll come back and just describe how the kit would look. So we'll be back in a second, guys. Alright, so we are back with the updated kit. As we can see right here, we took away in the same attack it deals 25% more damage, max 50%. We just changed it to it deals 5% more damage stacking until the end of the battle, which is what we said, right, Astro?
Yep. So it removes the cap and it keeps on, ramping the longer the battle goes on.
Precisely. And for the Dark Harbinger, as we said, we've removed the allies recover 0.5% health for each stack of underestimated, because as you're gonna see later on with our new kit, we have changed the cap, so basically healing is going to be too high if we keep this, and then we're just gonna keep it at a cap that allies recover 30% health all of the time, which is reasonable, right?
Yeah. At 60 stacks of underestimated, LB heals for that much anyways.
Exactly.
So if he can heal that much from the beginning, I think it's fine.
Yeah, fine. I totally agree with that. And here for the Unshackled emotions, we did not change anything. And as we can see here, guys, for my new Empire, we decided to just bring the whole Empire and Darkside Underlying Force user allies have 35% critical chance and critical damage from this line right here, Empire, when targeting a Galactic Republic enemy, just to make sure that we have that 35% extra critical chance and critical damage all the time, just not when you're attacking a Galactic Republic enemy, which I think also again is reasonable, just to make sure Lord Vader has higher damage right from the get-go.
Yeah, agreed. More offense never hurts.
Exactly. We also changed this, as we mentioned. Whenever a debuff Darkside ally takes damage, Lord Vader gains 4% ultimate charge instead of the original, was it 2, right?
2%. 2%.
Yes, 2%. And we just removed the increase to 3% if ally was underlying force user, just because, again, we do not want Maul to have any ultimate charge on Lord Vader. We want the Lord Vader to be a little bit more standalone Galactic Legend like the other ones out there. Just if you want to say something, just go ahead and say it if I do forget something, because sometimes when I go so fast, maybe I forget something, so...
It's fine. You got it.
Okay, good, very good. So we see here, while Empire and Darkside Allied forces are set at health thresholds, we did not change anything right here. And here for the Twisted Prophecy, we only did change a few. We changed one thing regarding the underestimated, but we also added a thing that we forgot to speak about, which is super important when it comes to Lord Vader. I've also made a video on this, but the biggest issue with Lord Vader is that he cannot get around the freaking taunt. And I forgot to mention it, Astro forgot to mention it, but Astro was super quick and just reacted very fastly when we went through this with the changes that we did, and said, bro, we can't forget about the ignore taunt thing. So yeah, we had to add a thing, but not to make him super OP, we just added that Lord Vader can ignore taunt effects to target enemies with damages over time. So basically, an enemy has to have a damage over time debuff on him for Lord Vader to be able to ignore the taunt and attack that specific character. So what do you think about that, real quick, Astro?
I agree with this, because there are a lot of teams that can clear dots. So for those teams to stand a chance, it's a good way to not make LV too powerful. And even in mirrors, at least when Lord Vader team is above 50% health, neither Lord Vader can ignore taunts. So the mirrors don't really change that much. So this is a way to keep things more balanced, while still giving him the opportunity to ignore taunt, because every other GL has that except for this guy.
Well, it's good that we remember to put that into the kit. And the final thing that you can see that we changed here, guys, is that we removed the max 60 stacks of underestimated to 100, and we did not. We thought about maybe taking away for double for the Galactic Republic and Jedi enemies, just to make it for all light side enemies, but that would just make Lord Vader too OP. We want to still make him good, but we want to keep him, as we've said a few times, or at least I have said, a little bit more balanced. What do you have to say about that, Astro?
Yeah, no, we cannot make him broken. As much as we love him, there needs to be a balance in the game, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yes. um, um, is there anything else we'd like to add? Is there anything else we'd like to show? I don't think I have anything more else to say. I think we've gone over everything, at least that I would like to change and what you would like to change, and we have not made him too OP. We made him just a really good Galactic Legend now.
Yeah, agreed. The only thing left to change are the attack animations, because my god.
Yeah,
the ultimate animation needs to be better.
They made that in 20 minutes. Holy crap. But yeah, also, before we do end this video, I would just like to mention that we want Maul to be a standalone character. We do not want him to be teamed up with Lord Vader. We do not want Lord Vader to be dependent on Maul. I've said this maybe 20 times now, but I just want to point out that what that is. You need to take that into consideration when we are with the changes we have made, and also we have not put it out there in text, but Maul should not have any type of synergy. He's obviously gonna have some synergy because of the underlying force user thing, but we do not want him, Lord Vader, to be dependent on that. The ultimate charge comes from Maul. That is right, Astro. Now I didn't miss anything, right?
Yeah. Now you covered everything. Because come on, Maul being the lifter for Lord Vader, it doesn't make any sense. Oh, you remember that one time Vader and Maul met?
Yeah, what? Of course I remember. It makes no sense. They have never met, and Maul is lifter. But yeah, guys, I think that is going to be the end of episode 2 of our little podcast here. I'm looking forward to the next episode with you, Astro, and hopefully many more to come. Anything you would like to add to all the viewers that have been watching this video?
No, wait, hang on. I gotta think of something cool. Yeah, I'm wearing a Darth Vader shirt, so I'll say be careful not to choke on your aspirations.
What a way to end the video. Thanks guys for watching. Like and subscribe the video if you did enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. See you guys.